I mean, surely Baolan picks up the Ashe here. At the last game that Ashe just did, had so much priority in those team fights. Yes, please lock it in. Deny the Ashe Varus combo. But this time around, PB is more than happy to pick up the heimerdinger, and it has just as much lane priority when it comes to the 2v2. Ning, a third time on the Sejuani, now the 9th game in a row. I mean, for that game too, I don't think he landed a lot of great ultimates, but potentially it's just some miscommunication coming out of the entirety of Ultra Prime, but he was extremely solid from the game 1. I mean, the exact same jungle matchup from the previous 2 games.
Okay, heimerdinger in response on the other side. Not sure why OMG was in a coffin, but I don't know, it's that bear. They're always there in the memes. Over in China. I have no clue what it said, but Kitty, that's the kind of memes I'm gonna rely on you for when you have a next plan.
I wasn't seeing. I'll take a look, but yeah, I was too busy focusing on Qing getting his hands onto the Sylas. I mean, just great synergy with this mid-jungle duo for Ultra Prime. No more scaling, please. Put Doggo on something that can play high progressive. You already have the Sylas and Sejuani locked in. Something that can go for those mid-game skirmishes where Qing, we saw him being extremely proactive in that game 1. Hopefully we can see that translate into this final match-depending game. But yeah, this Kassadin obviously going to be banned from Qing just because the matchup is so terrible. But once again, this top lane matchup very, very questionable because Hery, we saw him pick the Camille, but it didn't have the effect of what we wished from a super carry champion. But Shanji, I mean, you just can't ban out all his champions.
No, you can't. We know that Shanji played Rumble last game, but guys, keep an eye out because Shanji so far, when he hasn't played the Cassandra, it's things like Sion, Aatrox, Gwen, the Udi at top. Again, second game of Rumble in game number 2. So far, this guy puts on a bit of a clinic up there. Rumble even banned against him this game on. And we just got to question what happens up in that top side as Doggo Zaya actually banned away this time too. So 80 carries getting thinned out once more, but does he just return to Ezreal again? Is it really what you want against his bottom lane?
No Ezreal. You're not allowed, Doggo. I'm banning you from playing Ezreal. But yeah, banning the Zaya does mean that Creme might potentially look for something like the Ahri again. It worked wonders for them in that game too. I think just with the amount of mobility that they had, they were more confident in making those plays. Kaisa gets locked in for Doggo.
Against the heimerdinger, that's going to be an interesting one here, Kitty. We can talk about that in a second. I just want to see how OMG round out their comp because solo lanes for Creme and Shanji, they could rinse and repeat. They could bring in this Renekton. What do you want to see, Kitty?
This Renekton can flex to the mid lane. I think Shanji still has so many champions in his pockets where he's more than happy to just blind something like the Cassandra. Oh, sorry, the Cassandra has been banned, but we did see that Hery had that Cho'Gath, so I wouldn't want to see a sign from Shanji. The Ryze does get locked in for Creme. I'm praying that after the performance with that Ahri, they are feeling a lot more confident in their play just to make plays around the map, especially when you have a Renekton blind in that top side for Shanji. He got MVP for game 2. He had an exceptional presence in those team fights. So yes, OMG, your team comp is looking pretty good so far.
And Creme is going to be the only question mark to see if he can actually get through the map because last time in game 1 wasn't able to do much with this Ryze. On the other side, rounding up though, Ultra Prime, bring in the Gnar. So Kitty, a lot of all-in, a lot of team fight presence from Ultra Prime to finish off.
No more Ezreal on Doggo. He is going to be, in fact, locking in this Kaisa for this final game of the night, paired alongside an Ashe. I mean, this isn't the first time we see Kaisa in this series. It's the second time, first time being on the side of Abel, and he wasn't able to do any damage. I mean, I believe he did less than the Varus support, so gonna have to see how Doggo pilots his champion because you're up against something like the Vi and Renekton, and once they get their lockdown onto you, I mean, Kaisa just can't really fly away. But yeah, the Sylas and the Sejuani getting locked in for the side of Ultra Prime once again, where we see
when they can get. This team is 2-5 right now, and they've got a hard schedule coming up. EDG, BLG, IG, WE are even better than them at the moment. It feels like RNG there too. Ultra Prime, it doesn't really get that much easier.
I think something's gonna happen.
As, look, again, they're doing the same thing, aren't they? Abscond duck onto Creme, trying to kite away. He might have to flash, and he does. Meanwhile, OMG turn it themselves. Call an ambulance, but for whom? PP Gold with the turret down. It's going to get some response damage, but Ultra Primer is a 5-man stacker coming in. It looks like Qing with the Abscond Ducks wants to go in, as Abel has to flash as well. Triple summoner from OMG, only 3 from Ultra Prime, but it's on Doggo and Baolan with the heal.
Triple flash from that level 1 skirmish from the side of OMG, and this time around only Doggo burning that flash. I mean, just so worth, especially when you are trying to look for those mid-game skirmishes. Qing and Ning were just sneaking their way in just to find those opportunities, and OMG gave it to them. I mean, EpicSkillshot, we saw in the previous games, once he gets this flash burnt, he is looking so vulnerable from these ganks, and Ning, I mean, it's a perfect setup for him to camp bot lane this game.
Really is. Again, Ning's got those summoners, and last time around he was able to abuse them quite vastly. So we see already starting on the bottom side, might do a 3-camp clear into opening up and seeing if he can get Abel or EpicSkillshot. No heal available as well, just hurts on top of that. As we're going to have to see how Doggo sets up for the lane, because already, Kitty, I think we saw this in game number 1. He got a 30 CS lead on the Xayah when he was going against summoners lanes this early on.
Yeah, both ADCs just playing the waves extremely carefully. I mean, if you're overpushed, we already have Ning kind of pathing towards his bottom lane. I mean, if Abel mismanages his wave and gets a little bit too pushed in, Ning is just going to pop out of the corner and kill you. But yeah, this top lane matchup, I mean, it is going to go relatively even. I don't think they're going to get any jungle presence for this game 3, unfortunately. They're going to just CS until those major team fights. But yeah, the proactiveness from these two junglers is exactly what I'm looking for this game 3.
Aki spotted out with a good hawk shot from Baolan, so information gathered here for Ultra Prime. Ning tries to work off the back of it and cross this map, and rather maybe find an angle into this mid lane. Creme burnt his flash as well, and that's a great thing here for Ultra Prime, Kitty. Ning can choose mid, Ning can choose bot. It's whatever wave is set up the most that this Sejuani can just get involved.
Sejuani does get spotted on the ward in the tribush placed by OMG's bot lane, so they do know that a bot lane dive is coming. Cleanse is available for Abel, but I'm afraid if they get their hands on the EpicSkillshot, it's looking very, very dangerous. Aki looking for something on the top though.
Creme moving down though. This could be a good counter if he gets there in time, but it's already coming through. TP burns down, and Creme then forced out. Ning getting a teleport as well. That's still worth.
Most definitely. I mean, Abel getting his 3 waves under tower. Hery under the threat of a dive.
Or TP in response. So that's another one coming through on Summoner's Rift. As that's Qing coming topside, but he didn't lose anything mid, considering Creme already made his movement.
Ning has been spotted a second time. He is going to eat out. But how many summoners have been spent in this first 3 minutes, Hysterics?
Oh my god, he's going back. He's thinking about going back for round number 3.
The wave is too bad for him to go back. He has to back here.
Yeah.
I mean, just the double TP coming out of both mid laners to save a dive. The amount of proactiveness in this game, I'm loving it, Hysterics.
It's again good from Ultra Prime's sake, because this is what pulled out such a beautiful win in game number 1. Setting up their core carry in Doggo. He's already 10 CS up as well. So good news there, while you look towards the rest of the lanes, going practically even here. And Kitty, we talked a lot about the all-in skirmishing from Ultra Prime. It's set up for success already, rather. It might not be, because there's a gank in the top side. Hery gonna get the sun down. He holds onto his own summoner, tries to outplay it. The hop! No way does Hery get out of that! The hop juke, he gets flashed off an under turret. Ning, you hero, you absolute demon! Hery as well! Well-deserved first blood.
That was a very well-played 2v1 from the side of Hery. I mean, Aki holding onto that flash until the very last second where Ning was able to come in and come for the save. I mean, Aki burnt that flash ease, but there's just not enough damage, especially when you are diving the Gnar. I mean, no vision from the side of Ultra Prime this time around. The CC lands onto from Shanji, and Hery lives on 1 HP, dodges the Renekton dash. Bounces onto these mid. Aki has flash right here, but he just doesn't have the CD available. Flashes. Ning has the follow-up engage, connects onto Aki, and Aki dies a very sad man.
I cannot believe he got out. Oh god, that was just skill. Bit of a juke from the top lane, and an Ultra Prime gank I'm never gonna forget. Jungle roll coming in clutch as Ning gets first blood and now sets up for the bottom lane. Flash timers, though, might not be on par as EpicSkillshot and Abel are going to have it available as they move down, and Aki's also spotted this timing. He's coming in without a flash as he gets away with the Vault Breaker, but Ultra Prime has 4. Heal already burns up as Baolan takes the aggro for the time being.
Ning's dead.
It's so messy. They're willing to sacrifice. Able to sit their melee. Gets the kill. The aggro, I guess in the end, wasn't juggled well.
What is this game 3 and getting unsuccessful dives for both sides of the team? I mean, that was just extremely messy from the side of Ultra Prime. They just didn't have enough damage focused down onto one person where it became a 2-for-0 trade. I mean, Ryze wasn't even there. He was just chilling in mid lane while Ultra Prime was stabbing themselves back in the toe. I mean, we can see this play, the wave is built up, but Ning already uses a CC onto Aki where it misses, and Ning ends up tanking the tower. As one of these melee champions takes the tower, and they can't drop the aggro because you've already been committed. Ning using that flash earlier in the top side. The tower aggro is everywhere, Hysterics.
Oh god, that's what I said. Turret aggro juggled perfectly. It got everyone. That's what they wanted, I guess, in the end. After the great topside gank, it all just flips around. And now Gold's even yet again. Kills don't really go on who you want, but Able is still a big part of it. As now OMG, because of it, are able to start off this dragon, but Ning is nearby, looking to contest. Ultra Prime jungler thinking about going over the wall, but he won't get anything. Instead goes behind. Wait. No way.
But they're looking for more.
Another skirmish. Yeah, LPL again at it. Is able to have someone from the last fight. Maybe the dive was just a lure. As Qing ready again, and Scott of Duck forces another flash. Ultra Prime work in mysterious ways.
Are you sure we're on Summoner's Rift for this game 3? I'm pretty sure we're on the ROM map and we loaded into an ARAM. Creme, I mean, has that realm up available, potentially a dive onto Hery here.
Okay, with the Realm Warp, as you said, they might just be able to get a flat-out kill. Hery close to death. One more, and that's the clean dive I was looking for.
He goes from bot lane jungle to top lane, and he's gonna base, but the Herald, I mean, not the Herald. 3 people in the mid lane, not a lot of response from Ultra Prime. Hery falls as a result of that. What is happening, Hysterics? This is a lot of crazy.
It's a lot of crazy. I mean, crazy as I can. They didn't change the logo as Aki. Oh, thinking about it, he's like, man, that's sus. They're so sussy. But Ultra Prime, they won't stop here, will they? You have that KFC grenade in your E for Qing as an opportunity. But Ultra Prime not going to use it. In second, start out the Herald on full vision, but still they have priority.
On full vision, like you said. I mean, Baolan did hit level 6 from this mid wave, so a lot of threat in terms of CC engage. But yeah, just so many kills. 5 already in the first 7 minutes. Herald is going to go towards the side of Ultra Prime. Aki isn't too close to contest this with the smite.
Shanji's just walking in though. Herald will go over to Ning. He's going to zone it for now as Hery tries to jump in. He's about to go Mega Gnar. There's a close present on to Creme. Ning gets the Herald as now Mega Gnar incoming. Creme's dead, and Shanji as he goes into Dominus. Spartacus gets out of there. Ultra Prime get and a kill. Not bad.
Not bad. I mean, 1 Herald plus 1 kill. Ultra Prime just playing absolutely all random, all mid. But, you know, I keep asking for proactiveness. And both of these teams are serving, so I'm not going to be complaining. Although it's a complete fiesta, I'm loving the energy, Hysterics.
I always do as well. I think Game 3, especially the end of the series, has to end this way as Aki with flash available isn't going to be able to catch Doggo in time, nor is PP God. They just walk away, the Herald gets a charge and shares gold. And Doggo, by the way, 23 CS up at the moment. Don't know where I went with that, Kitty. I'm just in a strange mood with Fiestas. Right? I'm not sure. We went from American to Canadian to like that level. Doggo's up. Doggo's up at CS. The point stands. This guy's about to get his first item. And he's in charge. Again, he's in charge just like he was at his eye again.
Loving that. I mean, Doggo on something aggressive is exactly what we want him on. I mean, this time around, 1 kill in his hands compared to the other side where Able is still 30 CS down. And just OMG, I mean, with this Vi and Ryze available for your team compositions, look towards the side lane, help them out. Shanji got that flash early on into the game, but Creme is chilling.
He is. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Again, Rod of Age is going to be coming through soon, so that's when you're kind of in a more chill state. As Shanji dealing with a potential gank here. That's if Ning decides to pull the trigger. He has him back, luring in. That wave's going to push up as well. Shanji walking up, doesn't have a ward yet. 5 seconds off, maybe less. Oh, ward spots Ning out. They know he's reset as well, so you can see straight away Archie's like, right, can I get an invade? What can I get off on the bottom side while this all happens? But Shanji's like, you have no jungler anymore. There is no Zul. There is no Spoon either, as he just gets ulted back, and the 1v1 potential ends there on the 20 CS up Renekton.
Baolan was trying to look for something in this top lane 1v1. Aki did get the response Scuttle Crab for this up-and-coming dragon, where a lot of ultimates available for both sides of this team, but Shanji did force Hery out of his lane. He has to reset, however. The TP does get burned here, so that's an extra TP in OMG's hands.
So, Kitty, the next question is 30 seconds to this dragon. OMG have bot side priority. Mid is being to Ultra Prime. Walk me through this fight. This game's gone. This has to be a fight.
Glacial synergy from Baolan and Ning, and they get a pick here. 4v5, get the dragon. That's exactly what I want.
Well, Arrow's going to fly through. Aki gets hit, and guess what? The pylon. Glacial synergy. Kitty, welcome to the LPL. Spot on, as any LPL caster should be. As now in a 4v5, the dragon, as you said, is also theirs.
They do get rid of the jungler for OMG, and that was perfectly landed from Baolan. I mean, Ashe, as a support out of everything else, I just value it so much. I need to remind everyone that we are on patch 13.1, where she is able to build that Umbral Glaive.
Shanji going to be ulting in the top side meanwhile, though, and he's already used everything onto Hery, so nothing more comes through. As Creme now realm warps into the top side, flashed away from the Gnar. Creme has to match, but Boomerang is good at pausing that play. Dragon goes over to Ultra Prime in the meanwhile, but Shanji, Kitty, he's going to be able to get another plate from this.
Yeah, this Renekton is looking a little bit fat. We have a fat crocodile for this game 3, but Doggo and Baolan with the PH, thick with the double C. However, that's not Doggo for this game. He is up in CS, but the constant pressure from Aki consistently playing towards this bottom side. I mean, the tower plates are gone.
Ooh, okay, Chance Corruption used for the arrow in response, hitting PP. God, he has no chance.
Does he land?
The arrow from downtown as Doggo flashes away, gets away from the quiver, and Abel's not able to finish him off. Baolan again, beautiful pick.
Just beautiful team fighting. This is blessing my eyes. I love action. Double summoners coming out of Doggo, survives on the tiniest bit of health. I mean, this tower is just completely demolished from the side of OMG. Creme, not having the ult available, could potentially get picked off here.
Getting low under turret. As you said, he's going to whack away with the ulti in hand, throws it out. But first turret goes over to OMG. A 1k gold lead here in the early game. At 14 minutes in, despite the action, things are still relatively close. As that dragon going through to Ultra Prime does mean we could have a longer game on our hands. Kitty, replay time though. And this is Baolan's arrow from Spawn.
The ultimate does go from the base to this bottom lane, hits it onto a PP god here, and Ning follows up with the play, but Doggo instantly cleanses the Varus as well. I mean, really fast reactions from the ADC of Ultra Prime. Dodges this as well, but the tower does fall as a result of that, and it opens up the map for this OMG bowling so much more, where they're able to contest this next Herald.
Well, it's up in about 30 seconds or so, 20 in the top right, if I could count rather. And we've got first items coming through for everyone, so there's going to be a lot of damage in this fight, and Kitty, Kraken picked up for Doggo too in this fight, so the ability to shred through. But I'm looking at the Renekton with Gore Drinker. I'm looking at the Renekton with, rather the Varus with Immortal Shield Bow too. The ability to get this fight and pick off. Free position as well, kind of nice, Kitty, so let's see how this pans out, because the Herald's now up and everyone's moving it.
Yeah, Shanji does have that flash available on this Crocodile, so Doggo has to play this next team by extremely careful if they want to contest this. I mean, already half HP, doesn't look like it's going to be interested from the side of Ultra Prime, but really good early game from OMG with the objectives. However, like you've been saying, Doggo having that Kraken available up against an Immortal Shieldbow Varus, he is going to be tossing out a lot more damage. So if they don't focus down Doggo here...
Oh, Cleanse does come out on the other side. They're apparently focusing down Abel.
I'm many times has Aki been in this top lane? Hery, you got the camping last game. You're getting camped this game.
Woo! But to Hery's credit, he was ready to charge in. Ning was coming up. Doggo was coming in. All they need is a second skin stack. And they launch it out. They save tier 1 turret in topside 2. And Hery's just going to hold on. They know Ning's up here, so they can't overpush. The turret will just be standing gold for now.
I believe this is Baolan's win ratio on this Ashe. 80% over 4 games. Very, very dominating pick. I mean, just Ashe in general, when you do trade it over for the Varus, already 4 assists, it's just looking so much more proactive when you do have those global ultimates, especially if you're able to predict out of vision. I mean, that's just lethal, and we saw that exactly happen in the bottom side where Creme died as a result.
And so we're at 2K. 1 minute till Dragon. It's a Chemtech Soul. Unfortunately, probably one of the worst in League of Legends at the moment, but still, maybe with a Sylas, things look a little bit more appeasing. Is Shanji.
Ning has a Radiant Virtue because he's going to heal Copium.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. Look, honestly, still one of the best items in the game. Ning's just been chilling on the Sejuani. We talk about pretty much every Ultra Prime game. Arrow again. Well, Baolan's been throwing them from downtown as Chain Corruption onto Doggo. He cleanses too. Now both cleanses are down on 80 carries as Chain Corruption stolen by Qing. We A-ramming again. As there we go. Abel dodging away from the ult, or rather Ning not getting the right connection. He flings it to the side as this mid turret under threat. Chain Corruption in response, and Doggo thinking about going in. It's not kind of walkies at that point. It's like sprinting to get the ball. But he chooses not to. He holds and he's patient because Dragon's now up and they don't want to throw it away.
Look, Hysterics, if we throw all of them out, at least one's gonna land at some point, right?
True.
And although a lot of ultimates from the side of Ultra Prime, only the Varus from Qing was able to connect, but even that was denied with EpicSkillshot dropping down a heimerdinger, so Doggo couldn't follow up on the play. And this second Dragon goes into the side of OMG. I mean, they just have so much potential when it comes to playing around this vision. The Vi and the Renekton, very lethal, and you don't want to be face checking into that, especially when you don't have too many escape options.
And the only tank is Ning as well. If it's anyone else that face checks, how do you get out without Gnar? Well, that's a question to be answered. As look, it might be towards next Baron, rather first Baron, I should say. This game that is epically slowed down. We've got 8 kills in 18 minutes. We had 6 kills in like 8 minutes before, and the teams are now just chilling. It's so crazy that it was chaos for the brief early period of the game, and then now no one wants to fight. No one cares anymore.
Hey, although OMG's 3 to 5 in terms of kills, they are currently 3 towers up, opening up the entire map to let Aki and Creme do whatever they want. And of course, with the amount of vision control you're able to gather from this lead, I was breathing there for a second. I'm sorry, I thought Baolan was going to hit that for a second time. It is nice to have this game slow down because you have that Ryze available where you are comfortably scaling to the late game this time around. I mean, Doggo, he is a short-range ADC on this Kaisa, so the Ryze can hit him this time for this game 3.
Quincy's Rage Blade picked up here for the Varus as well. Everyone grouping up. That arrow that we saw swing and miss in the top side is almost up and available too. Baron up in 15 seconds. And as I sit here and have a bit of a flink, I'm wondering, Kitty, what do you think about scaling in this bad boy? Because this is like even more interesting than the last game. There's a lot of similar win cons.
Oh, but EpicSkillshot gets hit!
Oh my god, Doggo salts in as well. But hang on, did Doggo just grief it? Ladies and gentlemen, answer now! He's dead, and with the TP in from Hery, Aki not having the ulti, he flashes in. That was tragic, but at least he got Hery's flash, and straight away that pick from Baolan turned on its head.
The treat of EpicSkillshot just looked too satisfying for Doggo, where he had to take the ultimate, and that resulted in a kill going over to OMG, now threatening the Baron without your main damage source available in this team fight. I mean, it is going to die down, but that was a very, very exciting play, to say the least, from Doggo.
Exciting, yeah. Pour one out for Doggo, guys, and give him a standing ovation. As we look at this again, it was ambitious. I mean, Baolan hit a pretty good arrow.
I mean, with the vision given, he didn't see Aki over the wall, and he just thought it was Abel and PP God in this mid lane. But with the Vi just jumping out of nowhere from the wall, Doggo fell as a response. I mean, Hery even burnt the flash for this, but yeah, Doggo falls a response, and he just didn't expect the amount of reinforcement that OMG had as PP God got an Ashe ult to his face.
At least we get to see some action. 2 minutes still dragging, Baron's still there. I can't wait for another play in League of Legends. And you know, Kitty, it's a great time to bring up that if people didn't hear it earlier on, 13.1 is dead after today. Woo! After today, we get to bury it. And honestly, I will say the sermon. I will do it. And you know what I'll say in the sermon? You know what I'll say in the burial? Or whatever the people that do the burial,
Yeah.
What do you call them? Sermon? Not a religious one. I'm just going to say sermon. The dude that says the thing, the host, the party starter. I don't know, a little bit insensitive. However, 13.1, I'll bury, and what I'll write, Kitty, is I'll write, it was nice knowing you, although we knew you for a little bit too long. Let's get the party started with your offspring, aka 13.3 and 13.4. You leave behind a great legacy, and that's enough for us. Don't come back. The end. I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair.
I have a letter to you, Hysterics, from Kitty.
Yeah.
Although 13.1 is leaving us so soon, Yuumi is not just quite... Yuumi is the only one that is dead in 13.3, and we're still going to be seeing the exact same meta going to the next patch. But hey, Yuumi's dead. Let's go! From Kitty.
Look, Kitty, lovely letter. Second of all...
Did I just do from Kitty twice? Yes.
Yeah, no. Sign off twice. Let them know. Let them know. The biggest thing is that if we're getting to 13.3 already, surely 13.4 is only around the corner. As long as we don't spend another month on 13.3, that's all I ask. That's all I ask, please.
Before we go on to 13.3, we still have a banger match obviously after this, but this one has to finish, and OMG is looking at this third dragon, closing out the game, looking to close out the game, hopefully, but Hery is here with his mega form.
Are they going to walk in? Abel's walking in. Okay, no, never mind. Realm War for the flank. They're going to turn this into a fight. The arrow stops them. Aki, the one of the engagers. OMG has separated. That arrow from Baolan may have actually just won the team fight. As Aki gets altered back, Hery not getting anyone against the wall. And as they target down this fight, it's a double over to Doggo. Baolan's unique thinking may have just done it. Is now onto the AD carry. Ultra Prime, everything's going up from here. Doggo's
and that
back.
all started with a pick onto Shanji. They found the lonely crocodile and they focused him down straight away, where it became a 4v5 extremely fast, and Doggo just having his ultimate available, he was just gliding onto the team of OMG, where Abel, I mean, with the amount of frontline and CC that Ultra Prime has, he just wasn't able to DPS as much as he would have wished for, because Creme on this Ryze, Lolesports, but he has a Merchant, not enough damage just quite yet, so opting into a 5v5 was a questionable decision.
Close enough, Kitty. Run us through.
Yeah, so the ultimate does come out from OMG. Shanji gets picked up, unfortunately. Really good flip, getting Aki back into the face of Doggo, where he is also going to fall as a response of that, but just the focus from Ultra Prime in this game was extremely nice. They just targeted one by one, where on the other side, OMG, they were just hitting everyone. And obviously nothing was dying because your Ryze and your Varus just had a lot of scattered damage.
And the win team fight from Ultra Prime as another arrow flies through. Nets them the Baron as well. So off the back of that, it might not have been groundbreaking, but it was definitely game challenging, as Doggo able to pick up a bounty off the back of it, and close to getting his third item too. That Kaisa is going to be launching in as Ning at 100% kill participation you're seeing on the side of your screen. Again, I think Ning has had just a brilliant game overall. On this Sej, when he has lanes he can play through, this guy kind of unstoppable. As with that 100% KP, he's now looking for picks down the bottom side. Good stun up onto Aki. As Baolan's getting close to the arrow, watch for the rotations from Ultra Prime utilizing this Baron. As Doggo pulls them towards mid. Then you look back bot. Let's see if Ultra Prime can sync up waves again.
A lot of dancing from Ultra Prime. Baolan with his ultimate once again. Doesn't hit, but Hery is getting a lot of damage onto this tier 2 tower. And they're just kind of playing with OMG right now, where it does free up the mid lane, and Doggo potentially could push in that wave where he gets that tier 1.
He's going to get it right now. I mean, Abel stepping up. Maybe
Aki's
I was
hovering.
overzealous. Yeah, and Chain Corruption there, maybe too much as well, as Baron minions do it for him. Ultra Prime have cleared out vision in this bottom side as they continue threatening here. The Baron minion going to do a lot of work as Hery sits down bot 2. Top side not in check here, Kitty, so maybe they won't be able to break the base in this one as Ning hovers off to the side, and look at that minion go, just ignoring everything. Now the turret's on one hit, which Ultra Prime should just be able to walk up and go, ta-ta. Yeah.
I'm surprised that Doggo is allowed to be sitting in this midway by himself. We see a lot of rotations coming out of Ultra Prime. I mean, once again, you have that realm up available. You're allowed to make those plays and force those number advantages.
Aki has just gone in. None of his team are there yet. They're all flashing forward. Aki flashes away, trying to get that engage off as Doggo just walked that one out, and they used a lot to try and stop him. Maybe it stops the Baron play.
It doesn't stop the Baron play just quite yet. 2 towers falling for the side of OMG. I mean, hopefully that's all that you expect out of the Baron play from Ultra Prime, because you want to cut the bleeding, especially when this Ryze is getting that Rabadon's online very, very soon. We saw the amount of damage that he was tossing out before Shanji died from that, from getting caught in mid lane, but it just wasn't enough. So hopefully Creme, once he is able to clear out all these minions as Ultra Prime is pressuring, it is going to give him a lot more time to pick up his Rabadons and finally face off in this 5v5. But the Dragon is going to be spawning in 50 seconds. They lost all the vision control in OMG's bottom side, so I don't expect them to be contesting this one. Doggo!
Oh my god, Baby God's just dead. Now Abel's getting in for a golden in the nick of time, or should I say, for his jungler to come in. He flashes away. Doggo's already started this, and looks like Ultra Prime are ready to end it. OMG needed this win desperately, but Ultra Prime ain't out of this season just yet as Hery gets the ulti back. Creme gonna get knocked up, and Hery gonna get knocking away. Doggo with a double on Kaisa, 6, 1, and 3. Navori quick plays doing work, and Kitty, look at those death timers.
Finally a win into the hands of Ultra Prime.
Die.
I mean, Doggo's had enough of scaling out with this game. I mean, alongside Creme, he was just desperately trying to get his items online, but Doggo catches out PP God as he was trying to go in for that vision control and makes it a win into the hands of Ultra Prime.
They needed this desperately. Their 3rd win in the LPL, denying OMG climbing up the ladder and being a nuisance here at the halfway point of the split.
Finally, I mean, we set Doggo up to be the superstar coming into this series, and he delivered. I mean, other than that one time he died, to be fair, he was 7-1, but the one time he died, it was extremely fun to watch, to say the least, because LPL